What made you want to invest in property while you was in the finance industry? Because obviously there's several different investments route you can go down. You can go into like stocks and shares, you can go into property, you can go start buying gold and silver, stuff like that. What made you want to go into the property side of things? Hi everybody, it's Adil from Key Property Consultants, back with another episode of P.I.P, People in Property. Today, I've got my main man Tayo from Brickz with Tipz with us. Now, Tayo and I actually go back about 10 years when we met through mutual friends. But we did our first bit of business about 4 years ago on Tayo's channel, where we went around one of our development properties that was converted from a house into 5 units. Tayo, can you tell us a bit about how your journey started? Because I know it wasn't directly in property, it was more so finance. How did you sort of develop your career and progress into becoming a property educator, going on television?
Yeah, man. I guess that stems, we go way back as well. So if we talk about our relationship a little bit as well, me and Adil have known each other for a little while, man. So it's been here and there. I see him here, he sees me there, like we said 10 years ago. But
crossing paths constantly.
Exactly that. But it's one of those things. It's funny because it's always good to keep in touch with people, because all of a sudden it turns out that we operated in the same space. And it's so weird, before that, I had no idea that you was in the property space and vice versa. So this is why networking is always good. And I was like, yo, what are you working on? And I was just starting a YouTube channel at the time, Brickz with Tipz. So I was like, cool, let's make some content together.
It's a lot. Literally, it's come on leaps and bounds.
It has. And you're part of my story and I'm part of your story as well, which is, it's always nice when it's like that as well. But to talk about where I started, so I've got a background in property, in finance, I should say. So in university, I studied economics, came out of university, did a couple of jobs, then got into banking. Worked as a mortgage broker, and then worked in investment banks. But while I was working in investment banks, I was using my income to invest in property.
What made you want to invest in property while you was in the finance industry? Because obviously there's several different investments route you can go down. You can go into like stocks and shares, you can go into property, you can go start buying gold and silver, stuff like that. What made you want to go into the property side of things?
It's so funny. Every single time someone asks this question, I feel like I give a different answer. I'm going to give 2 answers, right? One of them was in university, I used to love cars.
Okay.
And I was always buying cars.
Right.
So like I'd stay back during the summer term, work, save up, buy a car. Next year I'd do the same thing, upgrade the car. But the thing about cars, you know that when you come to sell them, you're losing 1K, 2K, 3K.
Yeah, depreciation is a lot more than the property side of things.
And as someone that studied economics, it's like, you want appreciation, innit?
You want the money to make money, not lose it.
Exactly that. But the thing I'll say as well is that books, right? And everybody reads books, and a lot of people have read Rich Dad Poor Dad. And
yes.
One thing I took
Robert Kiyosaki, yeah?
That's it. And one thing I took from it was, your money's got to be making you money. And I'm someone who's quite forward thinking. I was looking at my salary in bank and I'm like, you know what? If I make this after tax, where's it going after that? What's it doing after that? It almost gives you a ceiling, right? So I said to myself, do you know what? I'm going to make sure that I invest this money so my money starts working for me. And even though it's not a huge amount that I'll be making, maybe for every £1,000 you invest, that £1,000 makes, let's just argument's sake, £1 a year.
Yeah.
But at least it's making that £1 a year, whether you're on holiday, whether you're
Definitely
injured, whether you're out of a job. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Well, those
it's
pennies
still
become pounds, don't
exactly
they?
that.
And then those pounds become thousands of pounds, and before you know it,
exactly that.
and reinvesting.
Exactly. So I've got this thing that I say, I always encourage people when I do speaking engagements, I always say, earn, so that's from your job or your self-employed business.
Yep.
Save, because you've got to save an element of it. Invest, and then spend. And that's something that I taught myself and I did in practice. The reason why I say that is that some people earn, then spend.
Yeah, we're very alike in that manner, actually. Yeah, we're very alike in that manner, because that's something that my gran actually installed into me as well. She was like, if you earn 5, you need to save 3 and then maybe spend 2. But out of that 3, you're doing savings, you're doing investments, and you're looking after your household, and then you can spend a little bit. But it's good to make the sacrifices early, because then obviously that lays your stepping stones for the future as well.
Yeah, sacrifices early make a lot of sense. I always say that if you try to spend too early, you effectively stunt your growth, basically, because the earlier you start, the better it is. And I say that as advice to people, but I say that as someone that was a victim of it as well myself. I'll give you an example. And this is an example of something I said. So I earned in my job, I saved the money, I invested in a property, and I then spent from my investment. So what I did is that the first house that I bought, I was renting out the rooms, right?
Okay.
Well, eventually what I did is that one of the rooms was getting me £500 a month here. I used the £500 a month to get a car on finance.
Okay.
I leased the car, 5 bills.
So it's
White C-Class
basically
convertible.
subsiding your lifestyle.
Exactly
So
that.
your investment is paying for your lifestyle, not your earned income.
Yeah.
Your invested
My investment
income.
was paying for it. And that is good, but at the same time, I wanted that goal too early. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
You could have used that money to then reinvest and then go again.
I go again,
have
I
3 or
go
4 of
again,
them.
and then use the money to, you see what I'm saying? So,
But you were still young at the time, yeah?
still young at the time, and it still follows the same principles, which I think is really, really good. And a lot of people can learn from that, because if you just earn and then spend, you don't really save anything. You don't really grow your money. If you just earn, save, and then spend, there's only so much savings can do. So you need to earn, save, invest, and
So I
then
feel like
spend.
the people that earn and spend are living for today. They're not thinking about tomorrow at all. Then the people that are sort of earning and saving, they're only thinking about the future, but they're not thinking about, investing for the future, because they have a bit of fear. So then that's when you've got to come out and be like, grow the cojones, as they say, and make the investment, take the risk.
You're absolutely right when you said there's a bit of a fear. Earning and then just saving is a bit defensive.
Yeah.
You're just putting your guard up. It's
Yeah.
just rainy day, but we can't live our lives just saving for a rainy
No.
day, saving for the day that things go
No.
wrong. You investing is a little bit aspirational. It means that you wanna create a lifestyle for yourself and the people around you, whereby they can be looked after, and there's an element of freedom.
Definitely. Now going back to you said your first property, you sort of broke it down and turned it to a HMO from what I was, because you did it for rooms.
Room by room, yeah.
So housing, for people that don't know what a HMO is, housing and multiple occupants. You have more than one person living in the dwelling. So let's say you bought a 3-bedroom house that has 2 reception rooms. You chop up all the property, you'd have all the bedrooms still as bedrooms, and you had the 2 reception rooms as bedrooms, or one of them as bedroom, and then the other as sort of like a communal area for your tenants. It would, to make the most money, you wouldn't have the communal room, and you'd have them all as bedrooms. They share the kitchen, share the bathroom. And I'm assuming that's what you did, right?
Yeah, so it wasn't a 5-bed HMO, it was a small HMO, 3-bed house effectively. But where I got the idea from, which is really interesting, is I got it from university. I used to speak to the landlord a lot.
Okay.
So when I was in university, I'm like to the landlord, I'm thinking I'm paying the landlord all this money.
Yeah.
I'm thinking he must be eating. So I'm like, right, how many of these have you got? Do you know what I'm trying to say? So that information has actually benefited me, because when I started searching for properties, I was searching for properties that had more than, I wasn't searching for 2 beds. I knew I wanted a 3-bed, and I knew exactly the rent I'd get from the other 2 rooms when I rented it out effectively. So that definitely helped me. And then I guess how things progressed is that I wanted to share what I was learning. Now, I guess the thing with property and anything is that you don't ever reach your destination, right? You're still learning.
It's a journey, really, isn't it?
Journey,
Constant journey.
Yeah. But I didn't want to wait until I got to the destination, until I started teaching people, because people around me could benefit. So offline, phone calls and stuff like that, I used to speak to a lot of my friends. Yeah, here's what you can do. Yeah, consider this area. Yeah, speak to this person.
Yeah.
Decided to go online. Started with YouTube and Twitter. I spent a lot of time on Twitter. I should have come off Twitter, because there's no real... Twitter is good for like threads and stuff, and you can get a lot of press opportunities through Twitter. But I think YouTube is really good, because you've got an element of ownership there. And then also Instagram is good, of course.
And you built a very big platform from that. So you basically, people don't know, Brickz with Tipz basically is a platform where he educates people on different property news, property investment styles, everything property.
Everything property, really. Yeah, I think that we started off with a lot of investment styles, but we kind of played to the climate as well. So, first time buyer stuff is always flavor of the month, and it always will be. We look at what investors do, investment strategies, so on and so forth.
Brilliant.
And then, we're just covering all of those elements. But one thing we did do was YouTube, and that's where we collaborated very, very early on.
In Bromley, I think it was, wasn't it?
In Bromley, yeah. So we, I went and looked around one of Adil's developments in Bromley, and it's still up there.
Yeah.
Property consultants.
Still rented as well, fully.
Yeah, come on, of course. And yeah, very interestingly, which leads us on to the next topic, is and this is one of the key things about collaboration, and it's one of the key things about just surrounding yourself with good people. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Because
like-minded individuals and people that want to grow.
Yeah, people that want to grow. Because off the back of that video, and this is another key topic, is you don't know who's watching you, right? You don't know who's watching what you're doing. That video did okay because we were building at a time. I think it might have had about, one of the first videos, yes, I think it had about 4,000, 5,000, 6,000 at a time. However, at the same time, someone from a production company that already had a show with Channel 4 phoned the Adil's office and they're like, "Raw, that guy that was on the TV show, on the YouTube show with you, can you give us his number?" Adil gave her my number.
Yeah, so first I called him to make sure they was happy to share the number, of course, because I don't like to give everyone's number out without them.
That's his business, man.
I was like, bro,
data protection.
you know that.
Data protection, man.
The ICO going to be onto us.
No.
But no, so gave him a call. I said, look, had a brilliant call from a lady. She's got a show already. She loves the way you're presenting, and you had, the way you sort of had the channel going. Are you interested? Yes, straight away. So made a connection, and then your TV presence has just flourished.
Yeah, absolutely. And like I say, Adil has played a huge part in that because that's kind of where it all started. So I had a chat with a lady. She works for a production company. Well, she owned a production company called Huarel. And the TV show in question was a show called The Grey House Giveaway. Now, they already had one season on TV, and they were hoping for a double commission, which was 60 episodes in total, so 2 seasons. And they were like, if we get that double commission, we'd love you to come and present on a TV show. I've never presented on TV before. But this is where you should always take benefit from the skills that you've been learning as well along the way, because what they asked me for was a screen test, which is where I shoot a video. They give me a script and I shoot a video and send it
in
to
your
them.
own space, in your own time. Okay.
Exactly that. Now, I'd been doing YouTube for about 6 months by this point. And this is the great thing about jumping out of your comfort zone, because YouTube is not comfortable for me whatsoever. As much as like doing podcasts and all of these things may look now, there was a point where it wasn't comfortable.
But that's where it all stems from, though, Tayo. You got to step out your comfort zone, isn't it? When you're stepping out your comfort zone, you're progressing, you're learning new skills, and that's what takes you on to the next level. If you never started the channel in the first place, although you was uncomfortable with starting it, you had to get it off the ground. You got it off the ground, you got the calls in for the presenting, and then boom, one thing leads to another. But then you could have stuck with the finance in the beginning as well, and none of this would have come to fruition.
Yeah.
So I think in order to grow, we all need to step out of our comfort zones. Like even us starting this podcast now, all right, great, we've done the video tours of properties and stuff, which again for me wasn't like, I'm a natural. I'm still learning on the.
I don't know. I feel like you're a natural, bro.
No, we've tried, bro. We've tried, but no, I think it is fun. I enjoy doing new things and different things, and I enjoy bouncing off people and meeting people and sharing. Sharing's caring at the end of the day, and I feel like I grow with others as well. So no, your journey has been phenomenal. Have you got anything new in the pipeline that you're looking to do, or anything that sort of stood out that has sort of impacted your journey in a way where you can see some great things happening for you in the future that you're getting into the pipeline as such?
Yeah, I think that I just feel blessed to have these opportunities come to me. Like I do a lot of news as well. Did Channel 5 news yesterday, and one thing I'm all about is people around me. I want to see them win as well. And I if I'm not the right fit for stuff, I give it to people all the time.
I can vouch for that because he has called me a few times. You've actually got me on. You got me onto the.
So Good Morning Britain, they didn't ask me for an estate agent. They mentioned it. I said, "Do you need an estate agent?" I got really good estate agent in Southeast London that will look after you.
Thank you very much for that.
TV. Adil did Good Morning Britain.
24 hours. We was like, I got the call from Tayo. The lady called me like 2 hours later, and then the next day, I think it was 5 o'clock. 4 o'clock in the morning. We were here. And by 5:30, we're filming on Good Morning Britain.
Live TV. That's like millions of people watching it, which is really, really good. And that's not to say that, I got you on. It's just to show that, like, everybody wins. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Everybody can win. Everybody can benefit from what we're doing, basically. And there's been many people that have sent opportunities out to you. And I think that, like you mentioned before, us all growing together, there's space for everybody. And I think that that's the key thing. But I think going on what I want to do going forward, more speaking engagements. I think I'm all about impact this year. So I want to have as much impact as possible, help as many people, get into some schools as well.
That'd be good.
To teach the fundamentals of property as well. And I'm opening a mortgage brokerage this year as well.
Awesome. Well, we're definitely going to collaborate on that. So once you're up and running, you're ready.
Absolutely.
Give us a shout. Those referrals will be flowing through.
Come on. And once again, this is the thing of having genuine, authentic connections and relationships. And I think one of the key things is just to be yourself. Be vulnerable as well, man. Be vulnerable, be humble, be who you are. It just means that everybody's always going to get the same version of you. And people connect with that. I mean, you see that we both seen that people connect with that through the content as well. Do you get what I'm trying to say? The other thing I want to do this year is an app. Can't talk about that too much, but
Don't give all your ideas away.
that should be coming Q4. But yeah, man, some good things popping.
Glad to see that you've got your journey planned out. And guys, you know, if you don't prepare, you prepare to fail. So you need to prepare, otherwise you're not going to get anywhere. Tyler's just giving a great example of, you know, he's got things going for him, but he's always pushing to get to the next level. Whether it's in the property investment side of things, which I'm sure he's still doing some investments and building his property portfolio, or whether it's building his education brand. And I think you do that with your wife as well, if I'm not mistaken.
That's
so
correct,
I've seen her on there as well, building that with you as well. So it's good. So keeping it all family orientated as well. So it's good as well to instill that within your friends, your family, and him saying he wants everyone to go. I can vouch for that. He's given me a call several times to get me involved in things. I've called him a couple times as well. So we're very like-minded individuals. And when you spend time with like-minded individuals, you sort of grow as well and you get ideas. And we like to share ideas, you know, something that might work for Tyler might not work for me, and something that might work for me might not work for him, and vice versa. So it's good to share and good to grow, and it's good to grow together. So yeah, look, thank you very much for coming on the show, man. It's been wicked to have you on here. It has been a little bit short, but it's been very sweet, and we've gone through the journey. Is there anything else that you want to share with our viewers? I think you've covered everything pretty much, to be fair.
Yeah, man. Follow Brickz with Tipz. We've got all the content all over LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok,
Definitely.
Twitter, Facebook.
We'll put everything in. We'll put everything in the description for you. So make sure you hit him up and follow him. He has got some serious value to add to you guys. So look, guys, thank you very much for watching this episode of P.I.P with us, with Tyler and Brickz with Tipz and Key Property Consultants. We really appreciate you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We'll see you all on the next one.
Peace, guys.